Now we're going to look at some tables, some graphs, and see if it's a function, if it's one-to-one, or if it's not a function. So we have some multiple choice here. All right, so the first one we're looking at has, so remember, to be a function, each x has to map to one unique y. So on these ones, we have different x's the whole way down. One of my hints for it to be a function is if you have a table, if no x repeat, it's definitely going to be a function. So in this case, that is true. We have no x's repeating, and then of course it is also going to be one-to-one because -3 goes to no y repeats. So no y is doubled up on. That's when we call it one-to-one. The answer here would be B because no x's repeat, so we know that an x isn't going to go to 5, like 5 isn't going to go to 5 and 12. But we also know that y is different, so -1 doesn't go to 0 and 4 goes to 0, which would be a legal function, but it wouldn't be one-to-one, so that would be B. Okay, let's go to our idea about a function. Remember, a function, it would have to pass the vertical line test, and this does. Never, if I draw a vertical line, am I hitting that function more than once? But then also, it would have to pass the horizontal line test, have an inverse, and be one-to-one. So since it does fail, it hits the horizontal line twice at many points, it is not one-to-one, but it is a function, because we know x squareds are functions. This one, we want to know if it's a function, or one-to-one, or not at all. Now, note in our side here, no x is repeated, so I kind of gave you a hint there that that will definitely be a function. Never is there an x that goes to two different y values. But look over here. -2 going to 5, and so it's 4 is also going to 5. Therefore, it's not a unique mapping. We can rule out the idea that it's one-to-one, and we're going to leave it as a function. If you're stuck, another way, if you like the graphical check, you could plot -5, 2, -2, 5, 0, 0, 4, 5, 5, -12. If you were going to draw a line, look at how each time I draw a line down through here, it's hitting the vertical line test, so it's definitely a function, but it's going to fail this horizontal line test. Therefore, it's not one-to-one. It's another way to check it graphically if you have a table. Here, if I look at my function, I'm just going to go ahead and draw straight down a vertical line test. Okay, this is crossing my function twice. It is not a function if it fails a vertical line test. So we are done, and it can't be one-to-one if it's not actually a function. Here we have a table. Now, I tricked you here. We've got two x values repeating. So that's where you want to be careful to check the function. This 5 is going to 0, and this 5 is going to 1. So if you were going to plot that, you'd have a point at 5, 0, and at 5, 1. You can tell it's violating that vertical test. Since an x value is being mapped to two different y values, it is not going to be a function. Here we have a graph. If I do any kind of vertical line test, we're good, or any kind of horizontal line test, we're good. It never crosses any of them twice, so we say it's one-to-one. It would have an inverse. And that's the end of the video.